Eric Frost.
Give it up for Barry Ribs. No one's weirder than Barry Ribs. No one's weirder than Barry Ribs. But I love him. Give it up for your last comic. I can't believe that Clarence Whitaker survived the chemo. I'm happy you made it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I loved you on Friday. My name is Eric, and that's the coolest name you can have in this room, the coolest name you can have in this country, and I'll tell you why. Eric is the center of America. A-M-E-R-I-C. A. I know, how observant. The sad part is we've been a country for 242 years. I'm the first Eric to figure that shit out. It's even worse if your name is Erica. Don't ever name your kids Erica. Because if your kid's name is Erica, she can never run for any major political position. Because if at any particular point in time she did attempt to pursue political office, I would automatically jump on the opposite campaign team. And the slogan would be, Erica, the end of America. Versus if I ever ran for office, it would be Eric, holding America together. Cue the music. There's no music. Not in Hell's Kitchen. Round of applause if you guys watch politics on television. Why? It's fucking excruciating, isn't it? There's all this language that we're not privy to. There's all these acronyms and synonyms that soak a pipicist for how the fuck's supposed to follow what's going on. And it's amplified exponentially because the rest of television is so amazingly interesting. Like, why would you give a shit about Citizens United or NDAA when you could watch The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad? You know what I mean? And it's in light of that observation that I decided that I would take some time, crack the code, and write a story about what's going on in American politics using a language that we as Americans understand far too well. Here's my story. Once upon a time, there was a gifted man. And after the Daily Show, he was up all night dreaming about living single. But in reality, he was a family guy in a full house with Family Matters. He was married with children, bored to death, and tired of being the biggest loser. Desperately trying to escape this American horror story, he wanted to become an American Idol. Change his hustle to become The Apprentice and watch these madmen play their Game of Thrones, trying to finally figure out who's the boss. He soon discovered that these royal pains and hoarders had an X factor. They were cheaters. Using their street smarts or criminal minds of the house lies from the criminal affairs from West Wind to collect their bones. Leaving this country in jeopardy. Unsupervised, they disobey law and order. In plain sight. The numbers aren't lost. There's a body of proof of the prime suspect. Elementary that every person the victim has part of it because they have all leverage. There can be no revolution and no revenge until the price is right. So all across America, from Southland to South Park to Jersey Shore, scrubs and friends are drawn together to have an intervention. But this soon becomes Spin City. Determined to catch a code around the ass of shameless white-collar entourage in suits. Well, they feel justified to lie to me. When we're all finally about to hear the voice of Big Brother, they're saved by the bell. And those are the facts of life. That's pop culture politics. Now you see, what most professional comedians will do is tell their best joke last. I don't like to do that. I like to tell my best joke first and then chase the dragon. And we just bonded a little bit because now you and I know we both have members in our family with a history of heroin problems. We're friends now. That's how this works. I'm really glad that this Brett Kavanaugh thing has settled down a little bit, because I have this great Me Too joke, and I had to wait for someone to shoot up the synagogue before I could tell it. That's how America works, kids. We can only be offended by one thing at a time. You've already lost interest in that. So on to the next one. What did Trump say today? That's going to take my outrage. What I noticed is that these political movements have had identical counter movements. So like your white nationalists had your Antifa, your Black Lives Matter had your All Lives Matter. And I'm just really relieved for women all over the country that after the Me Too movement, there wasn't a You Too movement. Just a bunch of assholes marching down the streets in penis hats. Being like, hey bitch, nice tits, hashtag You Too. I'm glad that didn't happen. Troy was talking about the gun debate earlier. I think I know why there's such a problem. I think I know why we keep fighting about gun control. I think it's because we're calling it gun control. What the fuck else are you going to argue about except who's going to control the guns? How do you expect to disarm people when your language is fully loaded? Imagine if we called the argument gun safety. Then what could you fight about? Do you want guns to be safer? Yeah! But I want 1,000 guns. Do you want them all to be safer? And the fun part is, I bet you most people can take one look at me and see what side they think I belong on this particular debate. They'd be a little incorrect. I know, I picked the hat on purpose to illustrate this point. Because people are sheep. Not you, that you were clever, you pointed it out. I'm not exactly pro-gun. I just can't consider myself to be anti-object. Like I can't blame objects for what people do with them. So if someone jumps off a bridge, I don't blame the bridge. If someone sets a house on fire, I'm not mad at matches. But if we as a society are going to decide that we're going to start blaming objects for what people do with them, I don't think we should start with guns. I think we should start with spoons. Obesity kills way more people than guns every year. It's a fucking epidemic. We gotta get these spoons out of these fat people's hands to save them. What? All you can eat buffets are the assault rifles of obesity? If we just had common sense plate regulation. I just think I have a problem with unlimited plates. You know what I mean? That's too much. We just limited the amount of plates. We could save lives. And I know that for some of you, this joke is hard to swallow. But sometimes fat shaming is wrong. And sometimes it's a shame you're so fat. We as a society have to admit that there's the size of belt we're not willing to sell. But look, brother, if you're going to be that big, you got to be clever enough to tie two of them together. And the fun part would be how both political parties would attack this particular argument. Like your liberals would be like, oh, if we just made the spoon smaller, everybody would be safer. And your conservatives would be like, we should be allowed to sip soup with a snow shovel. Alliteration. I know, it's fun for me too. This is fun and new and accurate and true, so painful. I recently broke up with a girlfriend a couple months ago. I'm 35 years old. It was my first long-term girlfriend, and I know that's a me thing. Like I'm not blaming you, ladies. My eccentricities are a little too much for people to handle in the long term. 2-3 weeks perfect, but any longer than that, you got to be special. And she was really special. She was really awesome. I loved her. I really cared about her, but she had one big problem. I guess in today's language, you would call her toxically jealous. Because we love that word toxic so damn much. You know what I mean? If I talked to any woman, that was a fucking fight. But I tried to overlook it because she was special in so many other ways. And she was the first person that I cared about that I put on this pedestal. But eventually that one problem was so bad I couldn't overlook it anymore, and I had to do the right thing and let her go. And that's how I think black people feel about Bill Cosby. Did the right thing though, guys. Appreciate you for that. Thank you for leading by example, once again. And I know I wanted that to settle for a second, because it was probably accurate. Imagine you're white trash. Imagine. You're white trash and you're driving around in your mobile home. Now, as you're driving, you get hungry and decide you want something to eat. Now, ooh, Taco Bell. Now, at the moment you go to the drive-thru, at the second they hand you the food, is that pickup or delivery? Because you're in your home. Conundrum. Some of this shit takes a second to simmer, Savvy. I appreciate your honesty. I can't turn this down. This is as low as it goes. I mean, I can slow it down. But I don't really have any dick jokes. Not there's anything wrong with those. I'm sure all your dicks are magnificent. It's just not the way my brain works. Oh, I can do a dick. I can do a dick. It'll be fun. And then, how much time you want me to do, Barry?
Another hour.
Cool. No, son. I'm cool with that. I can set up for the long haul. But I just don't want to be rude and go over because I can't see light because these lights are bright as fuck. Troy was talking about roommates. I live with roommates. Round of applause if you guys have roommates. Cool, no, I appreciate that. Everyone else is fucking lying. You got kids. You got parents. Those are roommates. Anytime you have to fucking hush tones when someone's in your general proximity, those are your roommates. Don't be mad because I'm smart enough to charge mine rent. But they're great kids. They're great roommates. And one of my old roommates was a male model. Like he was professionally paid to be pretty. And you have to reach some harsh truths about yourself when you're with somebody that pretty. Like I had to look in the mirror and make an honest assessment of myself and be like, I'm fucking bull. I mean, that's fair, right? Like if one of you ladies went home with me tonight, you wouldn't take a picture of my naked body and text blast your friends, but you'd feel like you got a W. And I'm glad that I'm not as pretty as he is. I am, because if I looked on the outside like I feel on the inside, everyone would be trying to fuck me. I wouldn't have been able to finish that sentence. Because maybe that's what ugly is the camouflage for true beauty. Maybe that's just something I thought of, so you ugly people don't feel like you lost the genetic lottery. It felt good for a second, you take it away. No, but and he was one of those dudes that was like buff, he was jacked, like, you know, flexed when he talked. He was like, hey, bruh, you want some coffee, bruh? And he said, bruh. You want to punch those people, but you can't, because those are the people with all the genetic equipment to do the punching. But I felt self-conscious, and I wanted him to feel like I feel. So sometimes, in order to level the playing field, I'd walk around the apartment with books I knew he couldn't understand. I'd be like, hey, bruh, Nietzsche, bruh. It's alright. We'll close. No, you don't have to laugh. I know it's good. That's the fun part. When I'm being quiet, I'm not like nervous. That's how long you should have been laughing or clapping. And I'm going to give the appropriate amount of time required for that. And then I'll move on to my next joke. But thank you guys who aren't laughing but are still paying attention. I appreciate your effort. I'll end with this.
Yeah, one last one.
I do appreciate that. You were talking during a bunch of other comment sections not for mine. I'm considering that an applause break. If I hear my roommate, I'm going to end with this, about a minute and a half. If I hear my roommate having sex and I immediately start masturbating, that is creepy, that is wrong, and it's unacceptable. But if I hear my roommate having sex and I was already masturbating, am I supposed to stop? Or do I get the right of way? Alright? If a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? And more importantly, will that tree be later used to clean the mess I made? That's cyclical. Maybe a better argument is a visual one. Maybe. Oh, I'm getting old. Maybe, as I sit down at the edge of my bed, I scoot to the edge. I transfer my weight primarily to the balls of my feet. I open up a laptop. I throw down an old work shirt as a target. Fuck you, Gus Bye. And as I click shamelessly from page to page, as it starts to reach its end, and this Seaman-themed symphony reaches its crescendo, as the pulsing blue vein volcano erupts,
The blue flame.
spraying out responsibility, suffocating the linens like the people of Pompeii. It's a history lesson too. As I look down at the battlefield and the dust settles, and I see the remains that could have been children. Maybe that's like a butterfly flapping its wings, creating a hurricane in the next room. Maybe that was too deep for a masturbation joke. Thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate it.